guys? So I am here with two of the greatest telekinetic practitioners, in my opinion, ever. SuperLuminous Seven and Antonio Telekineastwood. I'm like a little kid that just got his presents on Christmas. Like, I'm like beyond excited right now. You have no idea how excited I am. It's just honey. It's just so I can't even talk right now. It's just so funny how it
Take
came
your time.
about.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's just so funny how this came about. Originally, Anthony and I were just gonna talk, and then Super Luminous Seven Rise just called me out of nowhere, and I just begged him to come on and join us. Yeah, so welcome guys. To be honest, guys, like we're not even. I'm not even really prepared to
I'm not
ask
prepared for this at all. I
this.
was not
this
expecting this at all
yeah,
whatsoever.
not expecting at all.
There's not a
It's
lot of interviews of me out there, but like I don't know. It's my first one. I'm just kind of like, just like biting my
yeah,
nails, like oh my
all good.
gosh.
It's all good. It's all good. So I have so much respect for both of you guys, and
Thank you.
honestly, both of you guys have changed my life so much a year ago. I really credit you guys and Kenneth Rain for my advancement in telekinesis. So I really thank you guys so much. So let's start with Seven. Seven. So could you briefly explain to the audience how you got into telekinesis and um, yeah, how did you get into telekinesis?
Well, I just didn't want to be like everybody else. I wanted to be different, like unique, right? And I was always told that I was bad at like my original talents, like music making and drawing and stuff. I was told to stop. So my subconscious mind started speaking out loud and telling me that I'm not good enough and all that stuff. So I went through some series of hardcore discipline just to be able to clear my thoughts. And from there, I was able to tap into these magnetic fields around my heart. Um, I just wanted to be different, basically. And I started making the videos not for anybody. Like, yeah, it's there to help you guys too, but when I started those videos, the intent for it was to look back on my sorry guys, 1 second. It was to look back on my progress, right? And
Right,
every time I see it, it's like, okay, so what can I do better? So at first I had to remember how to do it, right?
right,
And from there it just became constant practice. You just have to do it. Like, wake up, first thing you're doing is pushing an object. You got to push piece of paper. So I started with something like this. I don't know if you guys can see
right,
it. Right,
right,
right, hold on. Oh, right, left, right. Yeah, it's folded in a unique way, a different way. Like, I take my time when I'm folding it too. And when I first started moving things, I didn't have the intention to even say I'm telekinetic. It was just something cool that I thought, like, it was just cool.
right,
And then I
right, right.
started looking up videos of
Right,
telekinesis, and I was like, this is very similar to what all these professionals are doing. I'm
right,
like, I should take this to a next level. So I'm sitting
right,
there in my
right,
living. It was just a nice push and a pull. And that's when I
right,
noticed, oh my gosh, okay, so I'm just like, my arms are absorbing this energy. It's like you're folding in on yourself. All your
right,
toroidal energy are folding in on itself. And as it keeps folding in and expanding, you start to have a bigger magnetic field, which allows you to technically add mass to your pushes, right?
right,
And I couldn't do the side wheels. I don't know what, I don't hate them. I like them. They're fun. But last time I tried to do a side wheel underneath a container, like Mark Mavay, same thing happened to him. The whole
right,
container moved instead. And like, I don't know why, but I have this like weird sensation where my arm just needs to like release it out of my fingertips, right?
right,
And
right,
at the same time, I'm pulling into my eyes, like from my arms into my eyes. So this image is folding in on itself, if you get what I'm
right,
saying. It's like
right,
you hug the object, you're hugging it, and then you snap. So
right.
it's like this pull is coming from the back. It's what keeps you standing up. So some say it's gravity, but I think it's buoyancy and density, and
Right.
So
Awesome,
then
awesome.
basically other knowledge came in and I started learning other abilities, but I stuck to this main one. I had
Right,
disbelievers, people doubting me, saying, "Oh, it's just air, whatever." When
right,
I didn't care what they said, it just
right,
looked really cool, and it
right,
felt cool when you're done. Like you get this
right,
insane adrenaline pumping through your body. You know what I
right,
mean? And it builds
right,
up from your legs, and like it shoots outwards. And there's like a fine line where it's a balance. That's why you have to be balanced. Where
right,
it's the strongest, where you're opening. It's like you're opening a door, and your energy needs to pass through, right?
right,
It's like in the fourth D, it's like this is where my mind is. I'm in front of me, this object. I'm right in front of this object. I am it, standing right here in the astral world per se, right?
right,
And basically, your energy starts to project that way. So wherever your consciousness goes, your energy follows. Correct.
right.
So yeah, I mean,
Awesome. So
and
Seven,
you.
how did you meet Anthony? How or Anthony? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you made the Jedi group, were you already aware of Seven or?
Honestly, when I created the Jedi Way group, I was unaware of anybody but Trevor Seven. Uh,
Oh, okay.
I had never studied energy. I had never thought of it. I had never done anything besides when I was a teenager. I had popped some lights under a lot of stress. I had moved something in a store, searching for somebody who had ditched me. And I didn't know how it happened, but I moved a dish rack, the thing you put dishes in after they're washed, and it flew off a shelf. And a lady there saw it, and I looked at her and I was like, I need to leave. I was like, you saw that, right? And she goes, yep. And
Right,
I went down the street and found the person that ditched me, of course, and I was completely correct. So I knew I would hold on to those feelings, and one day I would remember how I did it. And
Right.
just looking at Trevor Seven videos triggered me to want to do this. I was like, I'm going to be different. I see American Ninja Warrior. I see people leaping from bar to bar, and I was like, I can't be that person, so I'm going to be a mind ninja. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm going to learn this and I'm going to dissect this and I'm going to teach as many people this knowledge through Facebook. And that's my only outlet. I've never gone to Twitter. I've never gone to anything else besides the Jedi Way group and my Facebook page. I kept it small because too many people, hard to handle. So I grew the group
Right.
really
Right.
slowly and I helped people learn the basics. And those people pretty much became the admins who helped the other people in the group.
right.
Right.
It's
It was
awesome.
more of a goal, man. It was get out there, share the knowledge as fast as possible, and give the people hope. Show them that
Exactly.
the reality's fake, man. It's all based on money
It
and
is, man.
supporting
Positivity,
other
man.
people. Yeah, it's not based on the people. It's based on supporting the rich from the people's hard work. I mean,
Hmm.
Nice, nice.
so
Okay,
You gotta
I
awesome,
raise
awesome.
your light. You gotta raise your energy, right?
yeah,
Because
change my
if you don't
energy,
raise your
and
energy,
I
you cannot do this, right? If you don't raise your energy, you're not gonna be able to do it.
no,
And
no,
Right,
I just raised my energy to change my whole life.
right,
right,
just to
right,
change your whole life. It's worth it. Like it's hard work to
right,
get there, but
It
right,
is.
nothing is supposed to be easy.
No, no.
right,
And
right,
we all have we all are born with knowledge, but unfortunately it's demanded to be covered up by schooling. You
right,
learn nothing in school. I mean, I
right,
have people that have been in school 20 years on my Facebook that tell me they're just understanding reality and their schooling was for nothing. So,
right,
school just buries you and it covers up who you really are. And this is who we really are. We are able to manipulate reality. We are
Right,
able
we're supposed
to,
to evolve to be who we're meant to be.
yeah,
right,
This stuff is all
right,
real. Everything. They,
every,
they they rub it all over your face. It's like
mhm.
they show it to you everywhere, and they turn around and say that it's not real.
Do you know
right,
George
And we
Lucas?
eat it up. We eat that shit up, man. Like,
George
mhm,
Lucas, the creator of Star Wars. Just think about that. The creator of Star Wars, okay? Just think about what he left out. If he would have shown people he knew everything else is pretty dead on. But if he would have shown people Luke playing with a piece of foil on a needle, you know how many people would have gone home and tried it?
Right. Yeah, that's true, Anthony. That is really true. I mean, you
That's
really
right.
truly are
I like
creating
that.
virtual Jedis, and I have so much admiration and respect for you for that. So Seven, you obviously do a lot of mostly telekinesis. You obviously demonstrated a little bit of electrokinesis on
But
your
there are
channel.
some hidden abilities. Yes, there are some things that I do not wish to show anybody, and it's
Right,
for me. It's for me.
right.
I'm not here to
So,
prove nothing. Right?
right.
They like work with what you got. You be happy with what you got. Some people are like, oh, I wish I was like him. It's like no. Be yourself so well that others want to be you too.
Right.
Raise your
Yeah,
vibration so high that it's so contagious that others start to raise their vibration too. You start
right,
doing telekinesis next to someone, they don't believe you at first, but then they're gonna want to try it. And next thing you know, they're going
right,
home and doing it.
right,
You know?
right, right.
Yeah, we're.
So, sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
I was going to say we are causing telekinesis as a virus.
Right. Yeah, no, that's awesome, Anthony.
It's a
I really hope that
it's a
you guys
cure for the consciousness.
Yep.
right. No, I really am not surprised if Anthony and Seven, go down in the history books as one of the guys that, started this. So that really spread this. So yeah. So Seven, right now, what is like your daily routine right now? How many hours do you train telekinesis a day right now? And also, could you also tell me how many hours you train when you're first coming up?
So, okay, when I first started doing this, I was doing countless hours. Like my body is like remembering it now. Like I feel like a little energized, right?
Right.
I can just remember that feeling of just being up all night doing it. Wake up in the morning. First thing I'm doing is moving a piece of paper. I didn't have no intention to move anything else but that. I wanted to see where this energy curves, where it's coming from, you know, where's the source, what's fueling it. So I practiced heavily.
Right.
I watched what I was eating. I had to literally seclude myself from all my friends. Like
Right.
like I had to sacrifice a few things, sacrifice my favorite snacks and stuff like that, right?
Right.
Sacrifice video games, the way I think. Like it was a journey and a half. And when I started doing it, it was not to impress or show anybody at all. It was for me, and
Right.
if something told me just make videos and like look back on it. I did not expect to get viewers. I did
Right.
not actually expect to actually have people watching my stuff. It's like, how did you guys stumble upon this? But now I don't practice as much because I hit a gung fu. You know what a gung fu is, right? It's derived from the word kung fu. When you practice something, I don't know what the count is, but I think it's like over 100,000 times or something like that. Like I forgot what the count was, but when you practice something over and over and over again, you become a master at it. That's kung fu. You just learn a gung fu,
Right.
right? And basically, I was hitting peaks over peaks over peaks. There's some things I couldn't even catch on camera, and
Right.
I noticed that I was able to project all this energy to my knuckles and hand area, as if
Right.
it's like my hands are pulling it away from my heart, and I could just
Right.
like kind of flick it out.
Right.
Um, and then when I got really good to the point where I was happy with my results, I hit a standstill, and that's when I met Chris, Energy Master Chris, and
Right.
he was one of my like him and Nabil were the first two successful students that actually
Right.
kept up. And
Right.
I don't. There's something about me. Like there's something like when you ask me when are you gonna teach me, I try to explain it, but then I just leave. I just leave the chat. Like you know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean?
Right. There definitely is a lot of people that ask me as well. I mean, I'm definitely nowhere near as good as both of you guys, but
Right.
like even me, people ask me like, teach me, and I'm like, I don't have time to teach
Right.
you. Go to Anthony's group, go
But
to
I love
Seven's
watching
group.
other people. I love watching Antonio and them. Like it's expanding your mind. The more you watch this stuff, something I learned about our videos. The more you watch it, the,
Right.
the more it's imprinted in your brain. So you believe it's real
Right.
now. Now you're telling yourself
Right.
it's forcing your brain to understand and see it every day.
Right.
And
Right.
basically, I seen this every day. So as some of my friends have seen it in person, they doubted me at first, but then they ended up becoming believers because there was a third element at play. It started with air, right? I wanted to be like Avatar. Like, see how he likes Star Wars? I love Avatar. I wanted to be like Aang. And then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Talking about
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I was gonna be like, Avatar: The Last Hoodbender or something like that.
Nice,
But
nice,
anyways,
nice.
I wanted to be like Aang, and just like in my neighborhood, everybody had a bit of talents, and like I just wanted to stand out, and it wasn't to
Right,
get attention. It was to better myself. I knew the path that I was going down was not the right path, and like it just hits you. When it hits you, it really hits you. Like
right,
you'll go places where you've never dreamed, my friend.
right,
It's a
right,
chain effect. It's like a butterfly effect. More things start to be unlocked as you keep going. And like some things cannot be proved because it works better when you're alone, right? And
right,
some people say it's not. I don't believe it until you recorded it or until you took a picture, right? It's like no, no.
right,
My eyes are the pictures. I seen it,
right,
and if I could replicate it, I will show you.
right,
You know what I mean? If I could
right,
remember how it felt, I'd be happy to show you,
right,
right? So I started remembering how to move pens and stuff. I use the same technique. There's times where I'll shut the camera off and I'm just sitting there and I'll just get up. The second I get up, the object
right,
was like stuck to me. So I have a problem with distance. I don't know how far I can really. I didn't test that yet. I'm working on building it up first, right?
right,
So I put a lot of time and effort. Now I don't even need to put as much time. All I gotta do is just once in a while, just once in a while, right? But it's
right,
happening constantly. I'm not done. I'm everywhere I go, I'm thinking about it. I
right.
see something move and I'm like, oh, that's the influence of my spirit coming into contact with it, getting close to it. If the
Nice,
can
nice.
starts drifting, if a leaf starts blowing as you walk by, sometimes like walk by somebody and they feel a big gust of wind behind your back when you're outside. It's like
Right, right,
you're one with the universe. It's like it's got your
right,
back, it's
right,
behind you. This force is behind you, right? It's your
right,
spine, man. It's your spine, and this is
right.
a technique I call curling. It goes up your spine, and you launch it right back to Earth, and it comes back up as like magnetic energy. So you're pushing your energy outwards, expanding your consciousness, whichever way you want to do it.
Right,
There's many ways you can do it. There's no right or wrong way. And what you
right,
do is you want to be able to close your eyes and imagine everything. You want to be able to see everything with your eyes closed, right? So
right,
once you get to that stage, you become aware. Once you're aware, the object becomes aware of you.
right,
Right?
right. So Seven, what is your ultimate goal in your pursuit of telekinesis? What do you want to ultimately be able to do? Do you want to be able to maybe like become like Moses or something like that?
No,
Like, do you
no,
want
no,
to
no,
be able
no,
to
no,
do
no,
you want to be able to levitate your own body?
no.
Like, what is it?
I'm me, and that's all I could be is just me, man. I will never change. I'll still remain the same seven. No one rocks that name better than me. Just
Awesome,
saying.
awesome. What about you, Anthony? Like skill wise, what do you want to be able to do?
Oh God, there's so many things that I can do that I don't put on camera. Uh,
Oh, really? Wow.
Hey, I
there's
feel you,
just
man.
the town is my playground. Just put it that way, dude. Anything,
Okay, okay.
anything. I
Wow,
don't
that's
care. I can.
amazing.
I'm at the point now. I've also take Ormus. So Ormus makes you very magnetic. Extremely, it can
Right,
make your body
right,
a million times more magnetic than it's supposed to be. So I've been
right,
taking
right,
Ormus for 2 years, and
right,
I can step outside and look at the tops of trees that are completely still, and within seconds, they're swaying. Uh, I can pull that
wow,
energy right over to me and lift the leaves off the ground and push them across the street.
That's
I
dope.
literally can create little tornadoes at will out of the leaves and
That's
the
dope.
dirt. Uh,
that's
I
awesome.
don't have to try, and I don't have to really separate my world, but I do
Right.
smoke a lot of marijuana. That
Right,
little bit of
right,
change in the marijuana takes my reality and gives me that little tiny, you're already there to do it. That's how I
right.
feel. I smoke, I'm already
I
there.
spoke
I
a
don't
little
have to
before we
do
started, honestly. Before we started the chat, I was not expecting it. I'm just like,
that.
yo, I'm too dim sum, yo. Like, I can't do this.
Like
I
I'm
might run
Yeah,
sitting
away from
here
the camera. Like, I might just like
thinking
book it.
thinking to
right, right.
myself how different, like I've never talked to you, Seven, about how you be how you got into your training. So com- compared to me, it's so different because
And
I
yeah,
decided that I was going to create empathy with a piece of foil for about 50 hours. That's what I did. I sat there for about 2 months and I placed a foil standing on the table and I rocked it. And I learned about a week later, I could get about a foot away from it and still get it to move. When I got to that point, I realized I had built an empathy bond. It was actually attracted to me. So
Right.
I put it onto a needle. I could move it with my mind. I could move it with my anything. It was part of me now. And once that happened, I started making like 10 chi spinners, and I spidered my energy. I learned to hold that one still and move two, and then move the middle.
I've seen those. Those are pretty cool.
Like I learned to spider my energy out, and then I actually learned that in order to communicate outside, I needed to learn how to communicate with energy that was dead, like ambient energy.
Right.
I didn't. It's kind of like work smarter, not harder. So what I did is I actually used the fan, and I put it on very low, and then I set it really far away from me. So it was just moving the atoms in the air. It wasn't doing anything to the foil.
Right.
And then what I learned was my energy attached to the atoms that were all around my room. So I now could move this foil from 6 feet away because my energy field was part of the energy moving.
Right.
And I actually built a bond like with dead energy. So by the time I stepped outside, I could move 2 pinwheels right off the bat. I didn't even have to train. I could stop one and I could move the other one. And I saw the trees start moving, and I saw everything kick right in. And this is my first week outside training ever. So what I did is I created such a magnetic attraction with foil and learned how to spider my energy that once I stepped outside, all the energy around me became accessible. It's like a big fan, you know, but it was a living fan. This fan wanted to interact with me. The trees saw me. The birds saw me. The animals actually approached me.
I can relate to that. Like we're so opposite, but like it just makes so much sense to me at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what you just said made a lot of sense because you're connecting with the earth itself, right?
Right.
And one second, I just had like a mind freeze. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I connect to the earth, man. That's how I feel. Like I connect to all the moving particles
she
around
can feel you. She can feel everything.
Right. So, Anthony and Seven, if you guys can give a newbie a tip on how they can improve their telekinesis, because as you guys know, there's a lot of people that really struggle to get that first foil movement and stuff like that. What would be the biggest? So, starting first with Seven, what would be
Honestly,
your tip?
man, just believe in yourself. You know, like don't worry about what people say. People will
Mhm.
say things. You know, clear
Right.
your mind, meditate, do what makes you feel happy, do what makes you feel right to be in that state of mind. Listen to your body, right?
Right.
Practice discipline. You got to be willing to change. You can't just say, "Oh, I want to do that," but not think about the journey that it took for you to get there. It's not about the destination; it's about the journey, right?
Right.
And it's an internal journey. It's you got to go within yourself. People look externally for happiness. They look for like objects to make them happy. They look for people to make them happy. You know, it's attachment, right? Attachment is not good, right? You know what I mean? And then it becomes toxic. Same thing with your thoughts. You toxicate your mind with all these words that saying you're not good enough. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that.
Right.
How are you supposed to progress if your mind is all clogged up and cloudy? So let the light in. To be enlightened is to let the light in. When I move objects, I'm pushing light. It has nothing to do with like, it's just, I think of it as light. You don't see with your eyes, you perceive with your mind, you're absorbing eyes. And we're seeing with our third eye, right? That's your heart is your true third eye though. This is the real third eye, right? And basically, when I push, I'm breaking my aura and I'm making it stronger. You got to die a little to live a lot, right? It's a slow death and a quick recovery. That makes sense. So like, you learn to like your character dies, your old ways dies, everything that was foul and like wrong that you didn't like if nothing around you changes, change the shit around you, change the things that are around you. Do something about it. What are you gonna do about it? If you come home every day and you're like, oh, I fucking hate this place. Do something about it. How are you supposed to ascend in your energy
Right.
Internal is your internal, as above, so below, as within, so without.
Right.
It's just fields. It's just
Right.
energy. It's light. Energy is everywhere. This is not empty space right here. This is full of particles,
Everywhere.
bacteria, and atoms, right? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
We are energy. Energy is the ability to do work. Does it
Right.
work? But does it work? If a technique works, does it work? Then if it works, then keep at it.
Right. Right. Awesome. Awesome.
Don't copy no
So
other person's technique. Find your own way to do it, because
right. Right.
everybody
Right.
has different energetic signatures. No, not one person's same, not two people's same. So just believe in yourself, man. You know, just
Right.
you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Literally.
Right. No, that's true. And excuse me. Yeah. No, that's
Put hope
true.
into people. You know, I like to make sure that, you know what? Let me clear those negative thoughts out of your head. And you know what? You don't need to think at all. Just
Right.
feel. How do you feel right now? How does
Right.
your body feel? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, eat healthy. You got to eat healthy as well. Like, make sure you don't have this fat food diet going on. No, you got to have a decent diet where you understand what your body wants. And I've done Ormus. I make Ormus, right? I made Ormus. I
Oh, you
used to
make
take
formulas too.
Ormus.
Okay.
I used to take Ormus, but that's just a boost. It gave me a boost to remember. Since it's not permanent, Ormus is not permanent. I had to take Ormus to remember that feeling, right? And then over time, when I remembered that feeling of the Ormus boosting my energy. So yeah, use things that help you. Crystals, like use a crystal. Use smoky quartz. That's one of the stones that I use. Amethyst.
Right.
Pray, meditate. Carry a cross. Pray to God. Do whatever. Do whatever makes you feel
Right.
one with yourself. If you like to draw, draw. If you like to play video games, go play video games.
Right.
Just, you know what I mean. What are you good at? Be yourself so well that others
Right.
want to be you too.
Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an awesome tip. So what about you, Anthony? What is your message to newbies that are seeking these telekinetic knowledge and these newbies that are coming up right now in your group and stuff like that?
I've done a few videos where the best advice I can give anybody is you move objects the best when your brain waves are the lowest. So what I did is I set up 2 or 3 cheese spinners about a foot or two away from me, and I laid on my bed and I relaxed to the point where I looked at them and they started to move.
Right.
It was just finding the relaxation point in your body. You automatically release energy when you get to relaxation. You can put a glass over a cheese spinner and fall asleep and wake up and find out the foil had moved.
Right.
You can mark it, so you can move things while you sleep. So this tells me your best bet is to lay down and to really just pretend you're going to bed, but be completely focused on what you're doing. You can release energy from your toes. You can release energy from your fingers, your head, your elbows. I can run my whole forearm next to a piece of glass and pull foil over. I can pull the foil over now. I can stand it up and pull it forward under glass. So I know that the body releases it everywhere. And it's just a matter of dedication to not picking up your phone and checking your mail and watching TV all the time. Take that stuff and get rid of it.
Electromagnetic frequencies. Stay away from those.
Yeah, stay away from all the extra energy.
Unless you made your aura strong enough to be immune to some of it, like you gotta break yourself to build yourself, man.
Right.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I did for the first 6-7 months. I was kind of not too smart. Okay, I trained really hard every night for like 4 or 5 hours, but I didn't stop for like 6 months. I didn't take a full break. I mean, when I went to work, I was setting up cheese spinners so I could sit there and wait to drive for a car and move it with my mind or whatever as I'm standing there. So I trained all the time, and then I realized I hadn't stopped. So when I did stop, my energy grew so fast and my action changed. Yeah, it grew like lifting weights for like 6 months without a break, and then you take a break. What's going to happen to you? You're going to grow fast. So that's what happened to me. I super grew, man, because I trained for so long without a break. I didn't hurt myself. I didn't get sick. I drank distilled water. Of course, I took Ormus, but Ormus can be permanent. But what the factor is getting enough of it stored to get all your cells to start to multiply differently. If they're healed and your cells are supercharged, they're going to multiply supercharged.
It's a good tool, right? But the power is already within you. The power is all there. We are beings of light.
But listen,
our physical bodies are the shadows of this light. You know.
One thing.
Let the light in. Let the light touch you. You know.
Ormus is food. Everything that you eat, everything that you put in your body turns into Ormus in your belly through acids and stuff.
The ancient Egyptians used to take it.
So we make Ormus to survive in ourselves. Now, if you take it in larger quantities, your bodies, of course, are going to be supercharged. You're going to be a whole different human. But you do make Ormus already. We all do.
Yeah.
So it's not foreign. That's why it works for us, because our bodies know what to do with it. They see it. Oh my God, I know what that is, and they use it. So, like training with Ormus, I can take it, and a half an hour later, my hands feel like they're like a 9-volt batteries just sitting at the tip of my fingers.
Right.
Now, if I take Ormus and go to sleep, all that energy goes into healing. I wake up. I feel like amazing. I have no pain. My body has changed. I look like I'm 20 years old and I'm almost 40. So I see the changes and I feel the changes. And it can be permanent if you continue to train, take Ormus. You got to put
we were born to do this kind of stuff, right?
I think so.
It's a hidden muscle. If you can build your muscles up to become very physically strong, what makes you think that you can't physically build this magnetic field that surrounds everything?
Right.
It's not really you trying to move this. You know what it is? It's you moving the space in between you and this.
Right.
Get what I mean?
Right.
Right. So if you try to move the object, it's not gonna move. It's not gonna move, right? Everybody has their own ways of doing it, but it's all about magnetic fields. It's all magnetic fields.
It is, but if you step outside and say you go up to a tree and you're doing Michael Grove stuff, that's not in the space in between the tree. That's connecting to the object as a life form.
The magnetic grids. It's the iron grid, the gridiron.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So there is magnetics toward a living creature, and there's like you can totally move a tree easier than you can a piece of foil.
Right.
Because of the life involved in the difference of what it is.
They say why do we do this kind of stuff? It's not to like, it's the whole goal. My theory is, or not my theory, but my conclusion is, the whole goal is not to try to move anything. I'm not trying to like, but that's a symptom. That's a symptom. It's a symptom, right? But I'm trying to strengthen my mind, and I'm trying to callous my body, my mind and my body. Right. So the technique that I've been using is to callous your mind and your body, and you get this kind of like a high from doing it. Like you get this like adrenaline rush, if you know what I mean, right? Some people get drained fast, but I've learned to surpass. I can do this for hours. I've learned to surpass the tired stage where I can just keep pushing. Everybody's like, how do you keep going? My friends, when they try it, like their first time doing it, they're just pushing, and the next thing you know, they're like, "Oh, I'm tired." I'm like,
right.
Weak. Just kidding.
That's awesome, Seven. So Anthony, do you want to try? Last time you did a demo of a move in my chi spinner. Do you want to try that again?
Go ahead.
Do you want to try maybe perhaps knocking it over this time under steel container?
I've never done that over the internet, but I'll definitely move it. I mean, I could probably move sevens too if you had one. I'll try to move them both.
I don't really make chi spinners.
No.
I like things that happen.
Let's try mine. Let's try mine. How about this? How about you try moving the chi spinner, and then I'll remove the chi spinner. I'll just put the I'll just stand the foil up and see if you can knock it over. Do you want to try that or?
Well, tell you put something like glass or whatever you had last time over the foil first. Let me actually get it connected to it and see how this is going to work out first.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's.
Because I can say if it works out quick, I'll try it. I'll try anything over the internet.
Awesome. So,
I mean, what I really like to do is move pinwheels. I can move a pinwheel in the dooryard. I've done that with Tanush. Me and him used to play Jedi chess, He would set
Nice.
up a chi spinner in his room, and I would set up one in my room, and we would do a call like this. And I would actually place a hold on his chi spinner, and he would try to move it at his house. And then we would turn around and switch, and he would try to do that to me. So we
Right,
got
right,
used to playing over the internet.
right.
Oh shoot, I can't even see it.
You can't see it?
It's so small. Hold on. I forget. I see 7 over here. I don't see your let me see if I can make this bigger here. Hold on. I don't see your picture, Ken. Hold on. Let's see if I can make the video pop up here.
Yeah, where did your picture go?
He's just tiny. Like I see a little tiny circle of his stuff, but I don't see. Oh, I can kind of see it now.
It's not my field of work. I'm not partaking.
Oh yeah, I got that. That's easy. Now if you want to put
I'm more of like a
over
close
that-
range density type of guy, like close
Right,
range.
right.
Energy's
Hold
trapped
on,
out.
Anthony. But
It's like
why
a
not-
bubble,
why
you know.
not-
It's like going Super Saiyan, you know.
No,
Yeah,
put
why
something
not
over
try
it.
it real quick, Seven? Just try real quick.
It's not
Right.
about thinking it's far. It's about realizing it's right there in front of you.
No, it's not the distance. It's like there's some things that like I don't know what it is, but like my body says like I'm not comfortable with doing that. I've strained my mind before, and it's like
I'm
an
not
elastic band.
using.
It's like
I
an
don't use
elastic
my mind.
band hits your third eye really hard.
I
And you
don't
get
do
this
anything with my head though. I'm using my stomach. I'm using my solar plex to push energy into my fingers. I don't use my mind. I have nothing to do with my head. I can have a full conversation and still move this thing. Like I'm not thinking about it. I'm connected to it through my stomach. It's really a strange thing. I feel that on my fingers. Like I can actually feel the tingly, and I'm still moving this really simply. But it's my stomach that I'm using. It's not my head. I have nothing to do with my mind. I think I learned a whole different weird way to connect to things. I use like my solar plex and my heart. They kind of combine
Your heart,
together.
yeah. It's
And
all the chakras it's touching each point. You gotta let the light in. Like I said, they're all active at once, and each
now look at
chakra
this.
has a specific move, right?
Right,
Each chakra has a specific frequency.
right,
So it's what are you moving? Does it resonate with that frequency?
right,
Or
right,
are you gonna give it your all and throw all your frequencies at it? Like, you know what I mean?
right, right.
You want to go up and out, like
I've never learned to go anywheres but out my fingers or out my toes or out the top of my head. I think that has to do with our aura. I think some of us only can release energy at a certain spots due to our own energy field. Like I can't release energy from my palms or anywhere else other than the tips of my fingers. It just doesn't come out. I've
But I
tried.
noticed some people are not happy with what they got, and that's what some students that come to me, and I just completely stop replying, like instantly. It's like,
Right, right.
you know what I mean? I don't have time
Yeah,
for this, buddy.
yeah.
Like, you know,
Totally. I totally understand that.
Do you have
Anthony, I'm gonna put the glass over it now, so
yeah, let me try it with the glass on.
hold on. Okay, hold on. Sorry, just excuse me real quick. Let me sit it up real quick.
it's kind of crazy how easy it is. You know, it's like everybody has telekinetic abilities, but everyone has different versions of it, right? There's so many different versions. It's all just one thing. The energy, you're not creating that energy. It's already there.
No.
Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred from one point to another.
Well, I actually get a thumping feeling in my stomach, and I feel the energy come up to my fingers.
Okay, Anthony, it's ready.
I actually like found a way to make energy in my belly. I don't know quite how to explain it, but
Storing energy, right on.
I create it within like 5 minutes. I can make a shit ton of energy. Well, I can make a lot of energy, and I can force it right out of my fingers. But it doesn't take long to create energy.
You know,
In
my
my
favorite method is the looping method. It's like looping through your chakras as like a ring, like spiraling in, spiraling out. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And I
have
think like
knowledge
I think of the color green. Like whenever I do this, I think of the color green. Like it's like my heart energy.
I have no past knowledge, and I don't know how to explain looping, and I was very confused. Like when I met
That's a classic. It's a very like old school like technique. I learned it from Mark Movey. That's who my first like inspiration was. And you know how I found Antonio? A friend of mine is like showing me your Facebook page, and he's like, "Yo, you do this kind of stuff, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, there you go. Maybe you should join the group." I was like, "Cool." So I joined, and then actually ended up liking it.
Nice.
And
Nice.
when
That's
I
how
first
you guys
started
met, huh?
telekinesis,
Awesome.
the same buddy who showed me that video is the same buddy who introduced me to Mark Movey and like Tribor 7. And at first I'm like, yeah, right, that's not real. But at the same time, something in my head wanted to say it's real. But just for argumental sakes, like we just wanted to argument, like make an argument out of it, see who wins. And I knew it was real, but I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
Right, right.
You know, he's like, you could do it too. Maybe if you practice hard enough, you can do it too. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Right.
So the
Anthony,
years
go
pass.
ahead. Right, right.
You just
So
gotta
Anthony,
have inspiration. You gotta have someone who's like we all gotta be role models here, right?
right,
We're all here
yeah,
to learn from
totally.
each other. No, we're all students and teachers, right?
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. So Anthony, go ahead and try to move this real quick.
Can you put it a little closer? I can't quite. I remember I'm dealing with a little tiny circle here. It's like this big.
Yeah, yeah. How's that?
I might cut this video short though. I'm sorry, guys. If like I just don't want to move anything right now because I was doing that earlier. Like pretty damn tired. Pretty darn tired too. Always up at like 6, 7.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you're perfectly fine, Steph.
It's such a small picture, man. It's so hard to focus on it. Like literally on my screen, it's like this big.
Real tiny.
Yeah, it's so little.
Real tiny. It's like
How about that, Anthony?
I don't know, and also like the name 7 kind of came naturally with this telekinesis thing. I didn't see Tribor 7's like. I don't want to copy his name or anything. That's just.
Do you know what Tribor stands for?
My soul kind of identified itself as 7 already.
That's really hard to see, but I don't think I can do it on this. The other one was a big picture. It's just so little, I can't see it.
Okay, okay, yeah. So we won't do it today then.
Yeah, at least I got it to move. Without the glass. It's just
yeah,
yeah. Guys, maybe before we go.
Space.
So right. So those of you that are watching on YouTube, yeah, Anthony. Yeah, I'll link the video below of Anthony moving my cheese spinner over the internet. But yeah, right now Anthony can only see a very small screen. So yeah, so yeah, guys, this was really phenomenal. Any final thoughts, guys? At all?
I think that we should show them a quick demonstration. All three of us. Show our skill real quick before we go. Let's wrap it up nice and sweet.
I have nothing to show for. You guys are like so.
I can probably move something under glass here.
Yeah. Go ahead and demonstrate. Yeah, Anthony. And 7. Yeah,
whatever you're comfortable with, man. I'm just gonna do one move. Just one move.
Yeah, go ahead. One move, 7. Yeah, would love to.
All right, I'll do something. Give me a sec.
So I'm not gonna really grab something heavy right now. Like I'm not in the state of mind. I'm not in the right energetics. I'm tired. But I highly suggest if you guys want to get as good as what you see on the videos, use a paper like this. Make it so it's like symmetrical. Everything is. See what I mean? Everything is perfectly spaced out. There's a specific way you gotta have it because this is built so that it shows you where your energy is going.
Right.
Once you get good at this, you start collecting stuff that you can move. Because if you know you can move something, collect it, keep it with you because you have a connection with it already. So I keep an inventory full of like stuff that I can just move and
Yeah.
try to grab.
Right. Anthony, is it okay if I try real quick?
Yeah.
Not over
Yeah.
not on steel container, but I want to see if I can move your cheese spinner
Yeah.
right now.
I'll give it a shot here.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I guess that'll be my demonstration. So
You know what I think? You have to build up your energetic sensitivity. It's all about sensitivity. It builds up. The more you keep doing it, the stronger your energy gets. See what I mean? But the second you stop, it's like a meter. This meter drops. It's like picture a video game meter, and there's a mana bar, right? And every time you use it, that mana bar keeps going down. Right.
Anthony, is it okay if I try real quick?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to
Okay. So
move away here.
Okay.
Because it, like I say, it doesn't take anything for me to move it. So.
Okay.
All right. Let's. I'm ready to wrap it up soon, though.
I'm gonna pull this over a little bit more.
See, like a lot of people suffer from like insecurities when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like someone walks in on them, they start freak out and just hide and like take everything away. Me, I don't care. Just keep doing it, right? Don't be insecure about your technique. If it works, it works. Don't let don't let anybody else tell you anything else, right? You know, stay focused. Stay focused. Build up energy. Take care of your temple. Take care of your temple.
Right. So yeah, so let me try real quick. Let me try moving Anthony's silo real quick. Anthony's self real quick. So.
Okay, I have to get comfy. I notice it's always the preparation of the energy looping that takes forever.
Okay. Let's change directions now.
All right, let's do this. It just wants to stick to my aura a little bit.
Okay, that's So let's see Seven do his.
All right. I'll just use something else.
That's awesome.
And just sort of the pinching method. Just not the head. Pew.
And glass container.
Yeah, I do.
Peace. No, this video camera is very like laggy too. I'm used to like just filming high quality. I've noticed like it distorts the video a little bit, right?
Right.
There you go. See, it froze.
That's awesome, Seven. And that's so awesome too, Anthony. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh. I'm gonna just launch it. Wait, 3, 2. Right off the table. See? Take like micro breaks to build up energy. See, I'm a fast-paced energy worker. I'm always pumping with energy. And I've learned how to amplify them to speed up the molecular level of this energy. But you're always constantly collecting energy. You're always looping. You're always nonstop building this up.
Right.
See if I can do this. Watch this.
Now, some people have like this ego-driven mind where they have to move heavier objects. It's like, no. See, people want to jump to the result. They want to jump to the end result. But you have to start light. You have to start with light things. That's nice. He's really getting it going. You know, start with light things to identify your energy. Get to know it, you know?
Right.
Have empathy with yourself first. Connect with yourself, your higher self. And then the object will connect with you.
Right.
The energy is all there. You just gotta transfer it. How like it goes up and out, shooting out of the solar plexus,
Right.
and it's pulling up behind you. Behind you is the pull. The push. It's a loop. It's a cycle. It's like I call it the energy wheel. It just keeps looping and looping and looping, like the Ankh. The Egyptian Ankh, you know what it really is? It's the representation of how the Egyptians were able to shoot their energy out, like loop it, build it up, right? They can build it up their spines, shoot it out of the back of their hearts, and make it loop around their heads and back into their hearts. You know, they know how to loop energy. That's symbols are everywhere. Symbolism, man.
Right.
It's all sigils. Like, you know, words you say to yourself, you not believe in yourself. Those are all spells. You know, you just gotta get past that mindset. You know, the past is in your head, the future's in your hands, man. You decide. How do you want to build up your energy? How? Like, what's the purpose? What's your intention? State your intention. What do you intend to do about it?
Dude, I must
Like,
have done fucking six. I
that's a
must have
lot
done
of
like
spins,
60
man.
spins, dude. At
It's
least
really
60.
Anthony, do you want to try with a sealed container now?
Yeah, now that I've actually warmed up. Yep. That was like 60 plus spins it had to have been.
That was pretty good. You know what? Next video chat, I'm gonna make a side wheel as well. Build up the magnetic flux. You gotta build
Well,
it
if
up.
I go like this, it will move. I have to put energy in it. Look, check this out.
Right, you gotta fill it up with your energy. You gotta
Right.
be
I have
the
to put
space around.
energy in the glass first, yeah. And then I can actually play with the energy afterwards.
It's a process. It's a process, right?
Plus, that was like 60 spins. That kind of drained me out right there.
All right, I think we should wrap it up though. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching, everybody. We appreciate that, and thanks for having me, Ken.
Yeah, for sure, man. Just want to say thank you so much, Seven, for coming on, and yeah, Anthony as well. Thank you for the amazing demo, and yeah, do you want to do a second one, Seven, sometime?
Oh, we're definitely gonna keep doing this. This is pretty fun. You boys are all good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
I
Seven, and
appreciate you guys, and I wish you
thank
guys
you so
well.
much, Anthony, as well. So.
Thank you, and for all you viewers watching out there, keep practicing.
Yeah,
Practice.
real quick, guys. So, sub to SuperLuminous 7 on YouTube and join Journal of a Jedi. Or sorry, guys. Subscribe to Journal of a Jedi on YouTube and join. Sorry, what's your Facebook group called? It's so long, I forgot.
Mine?
Me?
Yeah, your Facebook.
The
group,
Jedi Ways Learn Telekinesis Online.
The Jedi Way. Learn
Jedi
telekinesis
Way.
videos.
Jedi Way Learn Telekinesis.
Really original. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so check that. So check Anthony's Facebook.
And my
group.
YouTube.
Oh, yes. Sorry, Seven has a Facebook group as well. What is it called, Seven?
I mostly just talk to people like personally. Like I'd rather just come to you personally, and if I feel the connection, I'll speak to you. I get a lot of people trying to talk to me. It's just I can't answer to everyone.
Okay, cool.
I got things to do too, right? But you boys are all good. I've known Ken for how long now, Ken?
A little over a year, yeah.
A year now, and I've seen you progress a lot. Keep at it, man. You're doing good. And Antonio, you're the man, bro.
Yeah, you guys are the man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You are too, buddy.
Look, boys.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much.